Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 25th. We are just going to jump right in here. You have this, in your current general energies, you have this pregnancy and fears card. You also have this peace and serenity card. So I do feel that, you could be in a position of peace. I don't really feel, some of you, of course, could be pregnant, but, I'm not a doctor. So, don't take this as medical advice, but, or baby advice or whatever you want to call it. But I kind of feel you're more looking to take action on an idea. So, again, you could be more pregnant with an idea. You are thinking about having a new beginning here. It's pretty clear to me. The Emperor kind of represents being ready to take action at a moment's notice. He has his armor on underneath his cloak. So, I kind of feel this is like the beginnings of a, new plan or a new idea in your life. Something that maybe is going to increase your levels of success, or, it's kind of weird because I'm not really seeing anything. It's not really saying like, oh, this is a new beginning for X, Y, and Z. Although, look at it, could be for love. You have the Emperor and the Empress. Could be a divine counterpart coming in for you. The other thing that this could just be is a general new beginning. You have both cards of a new beginning right here. The Magician kind of represents needing to have a new beginning. Of course, the Fool represents taking a leap of faith or a jump towards something here. And look, you have this growth card at the end. Very good. You do have the Tower here. Everyone's had the Tower, over the past couple weeks. It keeps coming up for basically everyone. So it just could be a global Tower moment or something like that that's happening. I would say that we've already seen a bunch of stuff happening. So, there's going to be more things that happen in the world probably. But the other interesting thing is we go Emperor, Page of Swords to the Tower. For some of you, I do feel that this could be like some sort of leader in your life that is having a Tower moment because, and again, I think that's what we are kind of seeing just in the world in general is like crowns falling off of people, right? And we have the crown falling off of the Tower here. I always say that that cusp of Pluto and Aquarius, Pluto is going into Aquarius, but is retrograding into Capricorn, and that that Aquarius Capricorn cusp there is kind of like the death of establishment, but we could see it as the death of kings. And it's like, why do you think stuff like, there's like all sorts of stuff in the media that has happened that, again, don't watch the news. I always tell people, don't watch the news. But, it's like we have that issue with Russell Brand going on right now. And again, I'm not saying, he's guilty or innocent or anything like that. I'm just saying it's interesting. The optics are interesting because of the astrology. So, again, this could be happening in your personal life. Like you could be seeing a boss getting fired or, there could be some sort of establishment in your life that is going away. And again, it's not really a bad thing. We're just in a time of, kind of like evolution. You have the Two of Pentacles here. Two of Pentacles about getting busy. And so, again, if you do have a new beginning, by the way, right here, something that you want to take a risk on, this last row is going to be the good stuff. So it's going to be good no matter what. But you do have the Five of Swords here. And the Five of Swords, to me, can represent like risk-taking or taking a leap of faith or a risk towards something. In the Two of Pentacles is basically saying it's time to put the work into something new. You have the Lovers. The Lovers was traditionally a card of the Crossroads. You end with a card called Crossroads. So there's clearly a choice that you have to make, as always. I think that your life has just been a bunch of decisions that you've had to make. It's like the universe is training you how to make a decision, or, the universe is teaching you how to trust yourself. I think it's very interesting as well that in your next row, you have this card that says, there's a path you're meant to be on, trust it. And so I feel for a lot of you, I feel like there have been a lot of challenges over the past few years of you kind of needing to learn how to trust yourself. And maybe you feel like you made some mistakes. Like maybe you feel like you made the wrong choice in some areas of your life. And in other areas, you feel like you made the right choice. And, it's like I feel like all those experiences are adding up. It seems to me like we're in this time where everyone is connecting the dots. Like all of a sudden, I've been getting these messages of like the energy catching up, meaning that we're like putting everything together that we've learned, and it's like now we're at like the final test or something like that, right? With the Emperor, yeah, you have the Star. Are you going to move towards your star? Are you going to move towards your North Star? Or are you going to, allow other people to tell you what direction to take your life? I think your reading's very simple here, Aquarius. I really feel it's saying, are you going to move towards happiness, or, are you going to move towards the Tower, right? With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Three of Swords here. Definitely could be some sort of separation. Three of Swords, Five of Swords. It's like you're separating away from... I feel like you can't have both, is what I feel like saying. You're at this crossroads. The reading's very clear to me that you have a choice to make right now, and it's like you can't have both things. I feel you have to commit to one thing and kind of make it your purpose with the Star card. So this definitely could be in work or business, It's like maybe some of you are saying, like, I want to do this and I want to do that, but I kind of feel it's time to make one choice, one path, one decision, one direction, and that's what I would pick. One thing. With the Lovers, you have the Temperance card. Temperance is, you can turn a positive into a negative. You can turn a negative into a positive. So that's what I'm getting here is I feel the Temperance card is more saying, like, you have the power to make anything you want into anything you want, but you just have to do it. And again, focus. So I do feel it is time for you to focus on, like, one thing. Next, we're going to look at your next big change. You have this card that says there's a path you're meant to be on. Trust it. This has to do with, I feel this has to do with you trusting your feelings. Take a chance. You'll realize how perfect something will turn out. Yes, definitely a risk because Fool next to the Five of Swords. Again, Five of Swords is in the good stuff. And, again, like I said, the good part of the Five of Swords is risk-taking, taking a risk, doing something, putting yourself out there, and kind of getting the reward for it. So, I feel for a lot of you that there could be some sort of leap of faith that is going to lead to a lot of growth. Again, you have that growth card, so, this looks really good to me. Definitely could be a new beginning. You have the Magician, the Page of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. It is interesting, Magician is pointing to the Empress, like, you have the ability to attract a lot of abundance into your life, or this could be you having a glow up as well. And then you go to the Four of Cups. Like, Four of Cups is disappointments. It's a card of contemplation and apathy. It is showing up in the good stuff, so I feel like you won't be disappointed if you pick this new path. But again, you could be fearing that something won't go according to plan. You have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a card of curiosity. I always tell people to, like, follow their curiosity with the Page of Swords because, he just is interested in something and he moves in that direction. It's just that simple. And I feel a lot of you need to do that. I also feel there's something here about you using your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities, or a talent, gift, skill, or ability with the Magician card. The Magician can also represent reinvention, and I believe that we are in a time of reinvention where we have, ideas for our life, or we have goals, plans for doing new things with our life, and, the Magician is kind of like saying, can you reinvent yourself so that you can step into the energy of what you actually want to be, right? You want this right here. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It's like you want the glow up, and so can you just step into that energy? Can you just become the Empress? And well, the answer is yes, but you actually have to do it, right? You have the Ten of Wands. There's no doubt about it. I feel you have a lot going on. I feel like you have a lot of responsibilities. I feel like you have a lot of things to handle in your life. And, really, I feel like, well, number one, you're getting to the end. Personally, I like the Ten of Wands because he's about to reach this home right here. And that is his home, and he is carrying his harvest. So he's about to have a harvest. He planted those wands himself. And so, really, I don't see it as a bad card. Yeah, it can be annoying. Yes, it can say you have, like, extra responsibilities, but you could also be getting some sort of reward here. Let's see. With the Magician, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands says it's time to take the lead, which we already know because of the Emperor. I feel it's time to make a decision. I feel the decision is pretty freaking simple as always. I would pick the new path. The Two of Wands, he's standing at the top of a castle, and he's, like, fearing leaving a comfort zone. So if you have a choice to make right now, which it looks like you do, the choice is pretty simple. Pick the new path, pick the new choice. Two of Wands, again, he's standing where he has always been. He just needs to leave his comfort zone. He has a whole world in his hands. Like, there's no limit to what he can accomplish. He just needs to get out into the world, which is what I feel like some of you need to do. With the Page of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups. Definitely time to follow your heart, and maybe things don't make sense, right? But, if your heart is telling you to do something, especially right now, I would do it. I say to everyone, that I believe we're in a very heart-based time where we need to listen to what our heart is telling us to do, not what, like, everybody else is telling us to do, because it just shows up in the astrology. So, that's what I would do here with the Queen of Cups. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Five of Pentacles. Again, I feel like some of you could be feeling burdened by money. I've been saying since the beginning of the year, we're in a time of resourcefulness. So you're probably not going to have the money to do the things you want to do, but you probably have the resources, right? Resources could be talents, gifts, skills, abilities. things that you could do. So I've been saying to everyone for all year longer that we have to, we might not have the finances to do something, but we could potentially have the resources that could get us there. So, I would make sure you're using your resources. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this ears wide open card and this beyond the ordinary card. I kind of feel like you don't want to be ordinary anymore. I feel like you don't want the same story to repeat in your life. So, this reading is definitely one of those readings that looks like to me you want to change your story, or you are wanting to have a different story. You're wanting to have a different outcome in your life than what you've been getting so far. So if things have been very similar for you for a long time, or if you've just been repeating the same thing over and over and over again, it looks to me like you are hoping to create change, and you're just hoping to not have like such an ordinary life in a good way. You have the Fool, the Empress, and the Tower. The Fool says you're ready for this new beginning. He has this tiny little sack on his back here, and he's about to go through the whole major arcana. So it kind of says that he has everything he needs right in his head, right between his two ears. So, I feel that you're ready for this long journey of change that you're about to go on. You have this dog right here, and the dog represents loyalty. I do feel kind of like there are people that want to help you, but he also has this white rose, and the white rose represents purity and pure intentions. So, but what that means is you can't do things because other people want you to do them with your life, right? Those are not pure intentions. When you do something because other people tell you to do it, right? Then you're living based off of their intentions for your life. And I don't know, that's popping into my head as very important, and maybe like we were saying earlier about connecting the dots, I feel you've had a lot of those lessons where it's like you did something because other people said so, and it wasn't your original intention, and this messed things up and caused confusion. And so I kind of feel like you're kind of hoping to get away from confusion with this Fool card. And you have the Empress. The Empress, of course, is a card of great abundance and success. So I do feel there is a lot of like abundance and success coming in for you with the Empress. I feel like you're trying to, get into a more powerful position. I would say that with Pluto, officially moving into your sign next year, it doesn't surprise me that you could be focused on, like power. And, I think the word power gets a bad rap. Some people look at it as a bad thing, but it's only because people have used it for the wrong thing. So why don't you become successful and use it for the right thing is what I would say. But, I also feel like you're just trying to have a glow up. It's like you're trying to be unique. You have this beyond the ordinary card. I feel like you want to live that, that superlative life, something that's more exciting, where you can reach, more heights than most people, be unique, be different, all that stuff. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words here, Aquarius, if you can't tell, but it's like you want great things, right? You have the Tower, and I do feel like part of you does have to die here. The Tower, I personally like the Tower. I know everybody, I think the Tower gets a bad rap. I think tarot in general, people look at it like it's a magic wand or something. Tarot can't do anything for you, can't do anything to you. It can only point out opportunities. The Tower, it represents things being the same for too long. These people are falling out of the Tower because they, have been ignoring reality for too long. And so now they're being brought back down to earth. And I feel for a lot of you that there are certain realities that maybe do have to come crashing down. But this is true for everyone. Again, I keep saying that, I'm telling you right now, that cusp of Pluto and Aquarius and Capricorn is super destructive, just originally, just in general. And then with Pluto, Pluto going over it multiple times, again, we're going to see like things collapsing just in general. And we've already seen it. So, what I would say here is that on a personal level, there might be certain things that we believe about our life that isn't true, or maybe it just no longer needs to be a truth, whatever it is. And, I think the universe wants us to grow. You end with this growth card. So it's like the universe is saying there are things that have been holding you back for a long time that are where you are ignoring the reality of a situation. And so now there are these Tower moments happening that are causing growth. I don't even think that it's like that big of a deal. You have the Star here. The Star is great in a reading that has a Tower because it says that you're healing from a Tower moment. But, again, there definitely could be some shocks to the system. With the Fool, you have the Emperor here. Some of you, I feel, it's like your divine counterpart could be getting ready to take a leap of faith towards you, or, you could be taking a leap of faith towards your divine counterpart. If you don't want love as well, and even if you do, I love these two together because it kind of says you're balancing both of those energies out inside of you, the masculine and the feminine, and you're not only like being able to come up with a creative idea, or you're pregnant with an idea with that pregnancy card, that she would represent pregnancy, but you're also able to take action on it. So really, really good for you action takers here. And even if you're not, you could just be taking action. With the Empress, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I think that certain things have to change in your life. I feel like it's kind of hard for me to describe. I don't even know what I'm trying to say in your reading. Like I said, I'm at a loss for words in your reading. It's like if I put myself in your shoes, it's like I feel like you're seeing the things in your life that have just been too much the same over and over and over again. And I think you're seeing like the connections, right? It's like maybe it's like a person that keeps your business the same. And you're like, okay, I'm getting rid of this person. Maybe it's a belief and you're like, I'm getting rid of this belief. I really see you kind of like analyzing things with the Seven of Pentacles and saying like, what things are preventing me from, having that glow up? What things are getting in my way? I don't know. Like I said, this is deep stuff. With the Tower, you have the Four of Cups here. I like this Four of Cups because you can see, this is from the White Sage Tarot, and you can see those 3 cups are pouring into 1 cup here. So again, I feel like there could be a very fulfilling situation coming in for you. And again, it won't be a disappointment. Finally, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Crossroads card. It says, you'll have to make a very important decision. Is the path you're leaning towards challenging you to grow? And you cannot make this up. You have this growth card right here, which says, expect good money flow, raise job, or new job offer. It's important to unlearn to grow, which we've basically been saying that you're unlearning something as rules continue to morph and change. The Tower right there. But I would pick the path that is not the same. It's like, don't pick the past situation. I'm not even talking about love here. Again, just maybe there are certain aspects of your story that have been the same, and I feel this is encouraging you to pick the challenging, something that could be challenging, or something where you don't know like exactly what to do or what steps to take. Pretty powerful stuff. You have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords about taking a risk. Again, especially showing up in the area of the good stuff. This is going to be good no matter what. And so I feel there's like a positive risk, but this risk is to walk away from, everything that you've known maybe. And some of you are really kind of taking this risk to create a new life or to do something differently. You have the Three of Pentacles. I do feel, like I said on the Fool card with the dog, I feel there are people who want to help you, but the right people, they're more supportive. These people are supporting him. This card represents quality work. He has done a good job, and he's being kind of like celebrated for the good job that he has done, this guy over here. So make sure you're picking people who support you and who lift you up. You have the Four of Cups. Again, Four of Cups can be contemplation and apathy. For some of you, again, I kind of feel like you're getting a good situation here. The Four of Cups is a card of fulfillment. Or it's not a card of fulfillment, but this Four of Cups in the White Sage Tarot kind of represents fulfillment to me because those 3 cups are pouring into 1. So I kind of feel like you're getting into a much more fulfilling period of your life. With the Five of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups. Yes, a wish fulfillment. I feel like you need to go towards a wish. I think the only thing that is confusing you is other people's voices, I think you need to cut out other people and not make you know exactly what to do. I think what's getting in the way is other people saying like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Or, again, if you're looking for confirmation for things as well, like if you're wondering, like if you're working on something, let's say like a project, for example, and if you're sitting there wondering like, oh, am I doing a good job? And if you're going to go like ask some person in your family, again, I think that could be causing problems. It's not that they're giving like bad advice. I think that just sometimes if we get advice from a person, about like a project we're working on, it's like if they don't have experience with what we're doing, it's like they can't really give us good advice, and they might just say like, oh yeah, it's good, when it isn't. So it's like you're not getting truth or something. I don't know, someone needs to hear that, because again, I feel like someone out there is just like not getting true advice because they're not getting advice from someone who has experience with something here or something like that. I would be careful in relationships as well. I see this happen all the time. I used to get questions on this all the time where people would be like, oh, my friends tell me not to date this person. I would always ask them in the lives. You can probably go find one right now. I'd say, do your friends know this person? They'd always be like, no. I'd be like, why are you taking advice from them if they have no clue about the person you're dating, right? Bad idea, right? And, I don't take advice from anyone who I wouldn't allow in the bedroom with me, with the person I'm dating, right? Plain and simple. It's like if you're not willing to invite them into your bedroom, then like why are you getting their advice, right? Plain and simple. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Judgment card. Very powerful reading. I will say this to me is the most powerful combination in the tarot, the Tower in the Judgment card. To me, it represents like a major revelation, major wake up call, major aha moment. So again, I think that a lot of you could be having a major wake up call at this time. With the Four of Cups, you have the Empress. Are you kidding me? I don't think I've ever had a reading where I've had the Empress twice and the Emperor twice. So that is pretty crazy. Definitely could be a soulmate or a divine counterpart coming in for you. I mean, you have it twice, which is crazy. You could also be thinking about a person who you think is your divine counterpart. But again, like I said, very powerful reading. You have this July card and this dog close up. It says pleasure with close friends. I was saying something about the dog on the Fool card, jumped out at me. So there clearly is a close friend that you have. They could be born in the month of July as well. And so, there you go. I would get advice from that person. Again, get advice from people who have been through what you've been through or who have firsthand experience, right? I think that's like the simplest rule here. You have this Forest card, muddled, unclear thinking. Yes, the confusion is coming from people who don't know what they're talking about. So, I see it very, very clearly in my head. You need to avoid those people. You have this Wind Chimes card. It says peace and harmony on it. You started with that card that says peace and serenity. Basically the same thing. And again, I feel like listening to yourself is what is going to bring you peace. I feel like you've had a lot of negative experiences, Aquarius, with people, like where you've done things that they've basically convinced you to do. And, again, this is a very powerful reading because I feel like it's encouraging you to change and to listen to yourself. You have this Carrot card. It says opportunity and windfall. We see a major opportunity for growth, but it's going to come. It's not going to be something that right? I feel that this path for you is one of growth. And again, we can't grow by doing the same thing we've been doing over and over and over again. So it's going to require a reinvention with that Magician card, and I would do it, whatever it is. Like I would pick something harder because it's going to lead to the most growth. You have this Lightning card. It says control your anger or you'll be sorry. We see lightning on the Tower card as well. So again, some of you might want to go off on people, but again, I would control it. This is a super powerful reading. I love this for whatever reason. It might not be comfortable, but it's going to lead to the most growth. So I always support that. It's like, I'm not here to be like, this is not tarot with Barney, right? Where I'm here to be like, oh, it's going to be sunshines, rainbows, and unicorns. No, maybe this is you like lifting weights, as I always say, lifting the weights of life. But, it's going to lead to, you have this opportunity or windfall or whatever it says there. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.